Good morning. This is the podcast Ancient Rome Today. Today we'll continue discussing ancient Roman festivals and their impact on modern celebrations. So today you'll discover what Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, known as the Day of the Unconquered Sun, is. First of all, it must be said that the equinoxes and solstices were very important in the social and religious life, not only of the Romans, but also of many other ancient populations. The winter solstice in the old Julian calendar was on December 25th, with the longest night and the shortest day. During the Republican period and the first 3 centuries of the imperial period, the Romans celebrated Saturnalia starting from December 17th to December 23rd. It was a very important festival. Meanwhile, the winter solstice was a few days later, after the end of Saturnalia, to be precise, on December 25th. However, it was not celebrated. At the beginning of the 3rd century AD, the solstice day became a celebration of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. It was first introduced to Rome by Emperor Elagabalus. He also built a new temple dedicated to the sun god on the Palatine Hill. However, after the emperor's violent death in 222, this cult was abolished in Rome. It must be said that by the 3rd century, many eastern provinces were already a part of the Roman Empire. Each of them had its own deities and religious cults, including the cult of Sol Invictus. In the first episodes of this podcast, we discussed the Romans' tolerance towards the cultures of the conquered peoples. What's more, the Romans adopted some of those foreign religious holidays at the national level. Thus, in the late imperial period, in 274 AD, Emperor Aurelian introduced a festival dedicated to the sun god. It was called the Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, and celebrated on December 25th. The festival of Sol Invictus became increasingly important as it concluded the ancient Roman festival called the Saturnalia. It was believed that during the winter solstice, the sun reaches its weakest phase of light and heat, only to return to life and invincibility over the darkness. In a nutshell, on December 25th, the sun is reborn to mark the beginning of the year. Today, Christmas and New Year's Day are 2 different holidays. Christmas is a religious holiday celebrated on December 25th. New Year's Day is a secular holiday celebrated on January 1st, and it symbolizes the beginning of a new year. For the Romans, the 2 dates coincided because Christmas was the Natalis Solis Invicti, the rebirth of the sun, which also marked the cycle of the new year. If you want to feel the atmosphere of ancient Rome at home, there is a solution. No need to time travel, but just to prepare the bread named pan giallo, which is literally translated as a yellow bread of a round shape, so it resembles the sun. The recipe for preparing this bread can be found on different websites. In a nutshell, it is made of flour, water, and olive oil, with the addition of saffron for coloring and a mix of nuts, chocolate, and honey. Thank you for your attention. Happy holidays!